Hey y'all, Marcy Jean here with another episode of Chocolate Covered Chaos. I realize I just need to bite the bullet and I need to do these things every Wednesday. I have a tendency to make excuses. I'm sure we all do, right? The lighting's not right, the setup's not right. I haven't done my hair, I don't have any makeup on, got to find the right outfit. All the things that we go through when we're vlogging, but God has really impressed it upon me to share these stories of God incidences with you. And I had one very recently that is super cool. So I am doing a Bible study with some ladies here locally, which is Swansboro, North Carolina. It is the Blackaby study, Experiencing God. And 2 weeks ago, our homework was to spend 30 minutes on a walk with God and to do it kind of out of our comfort zone or what we might not normally maybe do for a walk. And so I decided that I was actually going to carve out some significant time to be with him and really just to enjoy being by myself. So I went to the beach, Atlantic Beach, and I sat on the beach for an hour with the Lord, and I did some walking and some praying and my Bible study homework, and then I had tickets to see a little junior production of Junie B. Jones, which was cool, just spending time with myself. Made sure I got my chocolate frosty and French fries from Wendy's and did the dunk. If you know, you know. But while I was on the beach, I was staring up at the clouds, and I thought about how many people have told me they see angels in the clouds, and I never do. But I was like, Lord, if you have something in the clouds to show me, would you show me? And when I looked up, I actually saw myself in the clouds from an experience I had, probably a decade ago. I had gone to a Wednesday night service at my church, shout out to DCI here in Jacksonville, and I was all sorts of angry and upset and hurting from the kid's father walking out on us. And I went up to the altar and laid out and just decided I was going to submit all of my hurt and heartache and challenges. And I simply laid there in the presence of the Lord, and I really felt bound up. I felt like my arms were wrapped at my sides. I felt like I was in this rope, this really thick rope that was wrapped around me, and I was held in bondage. And I got really quiet before the Lord, and in that moment, I felt like God himself or an angel of the Lord came and cut those ropes. And when he did, from behind me flew these enormous white wings, enormous, tons of feathers, so beautiful. And then I kind of had this out-of-body experience where I flew up over myself, and I really heard God say that he was freeing me from that 21-year bondage that I was in that toxic relationship. And it felt so good. And it felt so good. And I can honestly tell you that I started thriving after that. When I looked up in the clouds that day, I saw the darker portion, and I'll put the picture in this YouTube video. The darker portion is a woman who I believe to be me, the silhouette of her. And so her arms are outstretched. She's standing straight up, and her arms are outstretched like this, and her feet are apart. She's a little bit leaned forward, and these enormous white wings are behind her, and that's what I saw in the clouds. So I want to encourage you, if you hear the voice of God, press in and ask him for more. And if you're not hearing his voice, ask him what it sounds like. Scripture testifies that the sheep know the shepherd's voice, and he is our shepherd. So I love y'all, and until next time, have a great one.